Hi, everybody. It's Linda G. I just spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out how not to get my glare on here. I could see myself looking at myself. I don't know nothing. If my son was here, he could figure it out. So I did what I could. I kind of messed with the camera and stuff. Some things seem to be darker in the background. They didn't have the onion skin thing that I like, like Carrie Lake likes to use. But what are you going to do? So listen, I want to tell you thank you about your inquiries about Mel. He's on a little holiday with his husband, seeing a relative. We will not be doing our Monday. We might do Tuesday. But he's not coming back because tomorrow's the holiday. Happy Labor Day to everyone. God bless you all. And let's take a look at some of your questions and some of the hits I've been getting lately. I want you to know everything's going to be okay. I don't want you to worry. Let's start off. I didn't write people's names down. Some people don't want to be identified. So it's just easier not to say their names sometimes. The actual impeachment of Biden. Is that going to take place? Well, if it's up to McCarthy, no, he won't get smart. He's going to do whatever Marjorie Taylor Greene says. And I see them pushing and shoving. It might even get through Congress and they take it to the Senate. I see everybody being a taco short of a full platter. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it going through the Senate at all. But here's the deal. They don't really have anything. That's why I see some of the people in Congress not for them for it. Oh, they're going to be mad at them. But there's nothing there. There's nothing to really hold on to. They're only doing it, Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to skip bringing it up and just, put him in jail. But that's not going to happen. They can't do it that way. If they could do it that way, Trump would already be in jail. You got to go through a system, but you also have to have actual illegal things happening. Not that you guys don't know this already, but don't even fret about it because it's just a nothing burger. Now, she says, if he's not up for impeachment, they're not going to vote for the budget. I want to take a look at the budget. Will they actually close? I've been feeling they sure will attempt it. The thing is that, Trump may be up there. Just listen to me. Trump may be up there in the numbers like, but it's not. Have any of you guys been called for a poll? He's not as huge as you would think. Maybe within the cray peoples, but he's not that huge. He's done nothing for this nation. They just like the fact that he's mean and he can be very ugly and send him to jail. Everybody's got to go to jail. Will they actually close down the government? I felt if they did, it wouldn't even last. It'll work against the Republicans. I want to take a look at, I'm going to take a look at both of them, McCarthy, and I want to take a look at, what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's definitely going to, can you believe that they're going to be negotiating this? Here's Biden in the middle of it. So here's a budget being passed. So some sort of stalemates, or even by September, people not being able to move forward because these people are going to be showing their what's. All right, I'll tell you what I just heard as clear as day. I heard no. I heard close, but no. Remember when they shut the government down, it was because Trump said he would do it and there was more Republicans in office, but they won't do that. Go ahead, tell me what else. McCarthy. I want to look at him energetically with permission. I can see him. He's talking to a woman. I think this might be his wife, somebody that's close to him. He's a puppet. He's just like the guy that's in trouble right now. The assistant to Trump, trying to act like he was doing his duty. No, you weren't. You were committing felonies with your pal. Meadows. He doesn't have a spine. He's not doing the right thing. Whoever this woman is, she's telling him the truth. She's telling him the truth. She's telling him, you do realize blah, blah, blah. Unlike Justice Thomas, who doesn't tell his wife the truth. He just lets her run. Okay, so will McCarthy close the government? He doesn't want to close the government down. Whoa, thank you. He's just saying what he needs to say. You know, that's worse for your soul. He's going to end up paying energetically for that. That's worse for your soul, to not stand up to moral values, just to be cruel, because actually Biden didn't do anything wrong, accepting money from foreign governments. Like Jared isn't doing that. Marjorie Taylor Greene is just kind of a bully. She gets money. She gets these people to give her money. So they kind of look at her like they need her. She's handed McCarthy some money. I see her very disappointed. I see her very upset and disappointed. Kind of like how she was when we didn't go into default. She really wanted him to go into default. This will upset her too. Somebody's telling me it's not going to be the full thing. Like, they're going to act like they're doing it, but they don't get the votes they need. That's what I heard. Okay, just mark this down. Let's see what happens. So the closing of the government, it feels so close. I almost feel like we'll get by the hair of our chinny chin chin. I thought they would close it because I felt their energy just being, we're going to close this sucker down, but I don't see them being able to complete it due to the lack of votes. And I don't care what they're saying about Biden and Trump being close. I hadn't even watched MSNBC, and I don't know how many. They're still on vacation, so I'm not going to look. But I've been watching MeTV. I've been watching Andy Griffith's show, Hogan's Heroes. I've been watching a lot of 9/11, things I'd already watched, but we're getting to the anniversary of September 11th. And something I did learn, that the two pilots that went out on the jets didn't have time to put the bombs in. It takes 20 minutes, she said. There was a female and a male. And I thought, Jesus, you know, with all those planes crashing, why weren't people already loading bombs? I bet you they've changed their way they do things. I bet you they load bombs first and ask questions later. But anyway, they were going to have to sacrifice themselves. The one guy that took off told her he'll take the cockpit, and she was supposed to take the tail. So kamikaze kind of stuff. But she said, we have no choice. And they were going to do it. They weren't instructed to do it. She said, we were going to do it. And our duty is to protect people. But we were going to end up killing innocent people. But then Flight 93 went down. But I didn't know that they didn't have bombs. Okay. Somebody wanted to know, will SCOTUS reverse all agencies, you know, like EPA and stuff like that? Are they going to? And yes, I heard yes. And then I got kind of sick, like, oh God, like we need that. But somebody's saying to me, but don't worry, 2025, don't ask me what's going to happen. Maybe a whole new, maybe a couple of justices have to go. And then they're going to resubmit it and they're going to be stricter. There's also going to be, and just hear me out because I felt this, a more dedicated committees looking at monies being spent for different organizations like the EPA for food, drug. I mean, real oversight, because, you know, there's a lot of money just flying out the window. And for the Pentagon, I just feel like they're going to really get down, really budget it, you know. This is kind of like what the Republicans were saying they want, but they kind of go overboard. What they want is no Social Security, no Medicare. They want, you know, first thing that Huckleberry did in Kentucky, the first thing she did was cut a bunch of children off Obamacare, because that's what she does, you know. They got the worst infant rate, mortality rate in America, but yeah, let's not feed the children. Okay, it's just where, yeah, and get them to work too, right? She passed that law that you can get them to work. When the new SCOTUS happens, 2025, I hope I'm living long enough. 2025, they are going to just be bringing in all kinds of stuff. But I feel like, I will tell you, mark my heart. I'm telling you that a lot of these people, especially Clarence Thomas, are being paid off. These people are going with what these big agencies want them to do. And every president, including Obama, said that they were going to stop these special interests from coming in and paying off Congress people. That one of the first things they were going to do, and they never did. You still got these lobbyers coming in. So they may, I don't know, I think they're going to get stricter with gifting. That's what they're going to do. Because I know even working for doctors in the Department of Anesthesiology, there was people coming in all over. My doctor was so tight. He didn't put up with no night. You couldn't buy him than the man in the boot. He needed to be in Congress. He'd take the food though, bring the food, but yeah, no, you couldn't buy him. And then finally the hospital itself said, no more gifting, no more, you can't have anymore. So then he didn't bother to see them. So of course we missed the meals. Okay. So they will do stuff that's going to upset a lot of us, but don't worry. Even when you hear it, say, okay, Linda said that was going to happen, or not me, my guides. And then now we're going to go into a new beginning, because enough people are upset. I don't know where they get these numbers that Biden is head to head with Trump, because it's not going to happen. We'll take a look, see at that. I don't know where they get these numbers, because this new 18 million young people coming out to vote in 2024, they want gun control, they want their clean water, they want rights for women. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell to the no. Now, I promise you, I look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Kind of hard to do it. Every time I see her, I see those 3 toes, but she doesn't have 3 toes, but you know, people make fun of that. She doesn't have the type of feet to be a pretty open sandal. And listen, I don't got no room to talk. I got Flintstone feet. My daughter always says, Ma, you got Flintstone feet. I got the fat ass feet. So, and you know, I used to be like a size, in ballet shoes, I was a 5.5, but I was like a size 7 all the time. And then I had babies. I'm now 15. No, I don't know what I am. I know my shoe size and my underwear size went up. Okay, so let's look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Angel of Mercy, can you show me? We don't come in with any judgment. We just want to know where her energy is going. See her very upset. I see her very upset. She's mad at McCarthy again. So what's happening? Things aren't going to work out for her. It's because of the voting. She's upset that people aren't doing what she wants them to do. They're already getting word that they may be kicked out of Congress because of them working on behalf of the sedition. She's nervous about that. She got her little amount of people that think she's greater than sliced bread, but she's very judgmental. It's not good for her soul energy. She's constantly judging. There's an anger with her, and I hate to say this, but you remember the woman that was killed because they kept telling her not to cross that window, that broken window, she went up there anyway. And the guy that shot her was found not guilty because, he was protecting the White House and the Congress people. She thought if she jumped up there, that the rest of them could follow, but once they got her, nobody else was going to jump up there. But did you see the mother asking for the hanging of Nancy Pelosi, and we need to kill these people? And I'm going to tell you something, because I even flashed, well, why aren't the FBI? I'm sure people have reported it to the FBI. They're watching her, but why aren't they going in there, taking her to jail? And I heard this, and you guys tell me what you think. I heard that some of the stuff that they should be doing, and they're treading carefully. Just like when President Biden first became president, and he didn't want that Secret Service in there because he knew the Secret Service was compromised, that they had been working on Trump's behalf. And let me tell you, even Merrick Garland, you guys were like, what is he doing? Where's he go? Listen, he was filtering out the people who were no good. That's what he was doing. And he had to tap dance. He had to act like he cared. He didn't want to ruffle feathers. And I know some people are like, oh my God, ruffle the feathers. Get in there. Trump wouldn't care. He'd do it. But he didn't want to ruffle feathers. And I'm almost feeling like this woman, if the federal government came in and took her away, they fear, not necessarily a huge riot, but they fear people would be all upset. She lost her daughter, blah, blah, blah. That's what I heard. Okay. Jim Jordan is getting shorter. Does that make sense? He's getting smaller. I'm going to take a look at him. Jim Jordan. And it's so funny because he's the one that said poo-poo to his subpoena. No, he couldn't be bothered. And they keep bringing it up to him, and he acts like the room don't stink. It's like cutting a real smelly one and, acting like that wasn't me and it was you. We really want Jim Jordan to go down. Will he? Okay, guys, you just got to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I can see him as clear as day. There's some sort of sport he likes because I see him all engrossed in sports. He's not a man of God. I don't know. He's not a man of God. The guides are telling me that he does not stand in the realm. His soul is shattered. And he gets instructions from Trump. He's being told by Trump what to do. And they know Trump has lost his mind. So what happens? Justice will find him. He took a direction that was no good. And listen, he's lazy. He's lazy. He doesn't do anything for his constituents. Don't worry, it's going to happen with him. Here's battling going on. And when I was visualizing him, I actually saw his hands behind his back, like they're going to arrest him or something. The thing is they tiptoe. They're walking on eggshells. They don't do what they should do. Are you kidding? If Biden had done some illegal stuff, you don't think they would have threw him to the ground and what is that? Tased him No, these guys are privileged. Oh, guess whose face just came in? Meadows. Will Meadows get what he wants? No. Thank you. It's really weird because it's so cold. Like when I'm doing live, my readings aren't as good as when I do like this. Why? Because there's no noise, there's no interruption, except maybe a dog walking by. And I can allow them to work through me and tell me what's going on. This judge is very confused because there's no precedent for what he's looking at. But I do see Fanny telling him, sir, the things he did were outside the scope of working for the, yeah, he's going to be very upset. He's going to be very upset, you guys. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. It may take this judge a little bit to come up with it because it shows the Four of Swords, but he's going to be very upset. I heard no as clear as day. I'm just going to say this. You guys take it or leave it. Meadows looks worse than Jordan. So I don't know what that means. Maybe he's going to get sick because of this. Meadows is really going to hurt. Probably because Trump is going to go down so hard. So while we're in there, a lot of these questions are coming in my head. I wrote them down too, but I'm seeing, I just saw Brian Kemp. God bless him, right? Now there's a man that follows the Constitution. He can be a jerk, yeah, but I'd rather have a jerk that follows the Constitution than people who make stuff up as they go along. Brian Kemp will not stop Fannie Willis, and they will sue. They're going to try to throw a wrench in the works. Brian Kemp can be pretty brutal when he needs to be. So it's almost like, don't mess with me. Don't come in my house and mess with me. Honor. I heard the word honor. Remember how I'm always hearing that? He has some honor, and that helps. So I want you to know Fannie will not be kicked off. All they're going to do, you wait till you hear the stuff they're going to do. The other thing I want to tell you guys is that the judge in Wisconsin that they want to impeach, nothing burger. It may go to the Supreme Court, and it is so unconstitutional. Even Justice Thomas can't make it smell right. They're going to say, no, she was voted by her peers, and no, you can't remove her. Idiots. So anyway, don't worry about her going. She's going to stay. You guys, here's the thing. When you start to panic, breathe, and then say, what would Linda's guide say? And write me and tell me, what the hell? What the hell, girl? And then have a chili cheese dog. You'll feel much better. Okay. So somebody asked, will Shay, Moss, and Ruby get their money from Rudy? I heard yes, not all of it. I heard yes. And I'm almost seeing him being forced to sell his place. He's got so many legal, but let me tell you, these attorneys will get their money first. It's a shame, but I see some sort of judgment made. Maybe even they can say, no, you need to pay something from this. It's not all of it. I think they know that too. With my last divorce, there was some settlement. There was a sale of a house, and his attorneys, they just wanted to put that money, and they wanted to take care of the pot. Well, you know what they do is they take out fees from that pot. So we were in there with the judge, and I asked the judge, well, why does his attorneys need to hold on? Because I'm sure he didn't really want them to hold on. Why does his attorneys need to hold on to it? Why can't you just give the money to him? Because, you know, he was going to pay off the car and stuff like that. And the judge looked at him, my ex-husband, and says, well, what are you thinking? He was like, yeah, his attorney was doing this. No, well, there's no reason why you attorneys need to hold on to it. They just want to make money from it. So that's what I'm saying. If they sell the houses, everything's going to be put in something. Watch those people bite like a bunch of sharks. Poor Rudy, he's going down. You guys know that, don't you? It might even be 2 years. This poor guy is so sick. And you guys want to know if the Georgia trial has any hiccups? Yes. Oh, it's going to be a cluster. You know what? Oh, Fanny's going to get it done. No, she is so wonderful. Fanny. It's not Fanny. It's Fanny. You know, she doesn't discuss this, not even with her family. When she's with her family, she wants to do family things and relax and enjoy. She doesn't want to discuss this case. She loves her family. But I imagine it's like working for the Secret Service or the CIA. You know, you don't be talking about what you do. So, yeah, she doesn't want. Did you guys ever see that movie, Paul, about a ET that crash landed, and these comedian actors? The one is always on Star Trek. They helped him to get away, to get to the mothership. And he said, you know, something to them in the effect of he didn't want to tell them what the scoop was, because then they couldn't be taken out because they knew. Do you know? That's what I'm getting with her. She doesn't want her family to be complicit in any of this. Anything that she's thinking. Now there's people at her job she's talking to. And there's no rat pink there. Because, you know, we had people inside the White House that were telling Trump what the hell's going on. Remember that Devin Nunes, how he ran? He went to a meeting, I think it was security or something, and he ran to the White House. Do you remember that? Like a little, you know what? So anyway, okay. Now, here's a good question. Will McConnell be replaced by Dems? I'm going to tell you the hit I got, because I looked at that. Poor McConnell. He's really, I mean, he wasn't a very nice man. He really wasn't. And he said he would steal another justice from the Dems. That's too much power, you know. This guy's going down physically. But when because, you know, they passed some sort of, in Kentucky, they passed something where you can't, you have to replace the senator with, if it's a, what he needs to do is last until he has to leave office, and they replace him with a Democrat. But I see the governor, who is a Democrat, replacing him with a Democrat, and everybody's in a tiff. And it'll go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will say, well, you can't change midstream. A lot of these things, the Republicans are changing. Oh, well, you got to have this many votes, and you have to have this. They changed the rules of the game. It's not going to last, even with the Supreme Court. I see Kavanaugh voting on the right side. I see Justice Thomas, and even Barrett. I see, you know, I see them saying, yeah, I mean, there's just certain constitutional rights. And he's the governor, and he has that right. That's what I heard. Okay. Now, Burning Man. When can the people leave? I heard 3. Could be 3 days from today. Wasn't that something? This is the climate stuff we've been talking about. It rains so hard that they're in mud, and they have to siphon food and water. I see helicopters dropping stuff off. I just saw that. It's unfortunate, because I almost feel like people won't want to do Burning Man after this. Like, it puts I don't know. It doesn't work for them. It's like that Vegas spot where all those people were killed because the guy was shooting from the hotel. It just feels like, you know, it's just, you never feel the same. It just never, it's not quite right. That's why they tear down buildings where there was a lot of deaths, not only because of the ghost, because it gives you a bad feeling. Oh, here's a good question. Where is the Satan at now? Let's take a look at it. Oh, He said this hurricane was not about politics. He was working for his people. This has nothing to do with politics. President Biden's coming in. Oh, well, I'm not going to meet with him because of politics. I'm going to show you all that I can snub the president of the United States. Oh, can you imagine him being president, being snubbed? He'd be like Trump. Remember Trump with COVID? Lied to New York, said he was sending them breathing machines. Him and Jared had a good laugh. They sent them broken ones, sent that ship, the Red Cross ship, to the port, and then said, no, well, we're not taking COVID patients. So it was like, when I'll tell you, that governor, I know that he blew it and he was a cad, but I was quite impressed with him during the whole thing because he let everybody know what was going on. But Trump would want people to pay. Listen, if he became president today and a blue state has a disaster, good luck, because that's who he is. He just, if you are not for him, like he even said about that Ramaswamy. Oh, I really like him because he said I was the best president ever. Yeah, okay. And the Queen Elizabeth told me out of all the presidents that's ever visited her, I was the best president ever. Yeah, right. The Queen never said that. And you know, the Queen, the monarchy aren't going to come back and say, we never said that. And the Pope, did you see the way the Pope could hardly stand him? And he took all his family to the UK, and you can tell Charles doesn't like him either. And it was like, I don't know, it was ugly. The whole energy was ugly. I'm sure they took ashtrays and stuff. But so where's the Satan standing now? Let me look. Guys, I need your help. Where's the Satan standing now? Well, there's a lot of details going on. He ended up looking bad. He ended up looking bad to Florida. Florida didn't appreciate that he snubbed the president. Not that they're fans of Biden, but you know what? Work together. This is about us, not about you. I see some people, oh, a newspaper even wrote an article. Tell me if that's true, you guys. Wrote an article about how ugly. There was no honor with that. His wife's in a bad mood. He's a nothing burger, you guys. Even if Trump dropped today, he wouldn't win. He tried to change. He's chameleon. He'll try to change what he wants to do. With that debate, did you see that weird smile and stuff? He doesn't like being a joke, and he's a joke. Uh-oh. Here's the firemen's. Whoops. I better get spruced up. So, and you know, this is out here. This is where we had the big Tubbs fire. So you're always a little nervous. What do you want me? His communication's off. And he understands that people are tired of the woke, but he doesn't know how to take it, filter it out of his language. He had a past life with that wife. They struggled in that life too. His wife is going to get sick. Not now, maybe in a few years, but I see her having another bout, maybe of the cancer or something. He does love her, but it feels like there's a struggle there. She can be very judgmental towards him. He's got a mean streak, you guys. He's somebody that did enjoy seeing people suffer. That's who he is. He's the type who would kick the dog. It's like Trump. It's like that no mercy kind of energy. I don't want you guys to worry about him because it's a nothing burger. Okay. Jamie Raskin investigating Jared's $2 billion. Oh, we saw the boys and I, we went and saw, usually Saturday nights we go to a movie if we feel like it. We saw, except I wore a mask because, you know, that COVID's running around here lately. We saw the Denzel Washington movie. I just went blank. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know, he does those movies where he knows how to fight. It was pretty gory, so if you're not into gore, don't go. It was, you know, entertaining. That Mission Impossible was just like, this movie was an hour and 40 minutes, but that Mission Impossible was like 2 or 3 hours. It flew by. But I love me some Denzel. I fell in love with him when he did Glory. Man, that was good acting. So, okay. Jamie Raskin. Oh, he wanted this to happen. I see everybody talking amongst themselves like, well, they want to act like you got no right to do that. But the other part of them is, well, you got no right to jump on Biden. Biden didn't do anything wrong. Or jump on Hunter. He wasn't even in, he didn't work for the White House. They will get an investigation. Thank you. I see Jarrett meeting with a bunch of attorneys, trying to figure out what to do. Oh, I just got another hit. I feel like I told you that his daughter, Trump's daughter, Ivanka, she did some sort of perfume or something, and all the proceeds are going to go towards her dad's legal stuff. I see him kind of like hitting Jared and her both up for money. He really thinks he deserves some of that money that Jared got. I think I've told you guys this before. I can see him saying, where's my money? They barely talk to him. They'll stand up for him. But so tell me what will happen with this investigation, which should have been taking place 2 years ago. And, you know, Trump was able to do this, but the fact that he overrode the CIA when they couldn't give the security clearances to his family because they all have histories. And he said, no, give it to them anyway. National secrets in the hands of these people. Okay, so it's definitely going to happen. It might not even be really going. Hold on. What is this? This is September. In the time of Aquarius. When is that? Next February? February? Aquarius. Jamie Raskin's health, he's doing good now, but I do see some other things coming up with him that he has to, other issues may come in. And the other one is Scalise or Scalise. He's saying, oh, he's going to be fine. I feel like he's going to struggle. I really do. And that guy, you know, he got shot and he survived, and you just hate to see more stuff on top, but he's not a very good person either. See, if you don't stand in the realm, you don't have to be God-fearing, but if you don't stand in the realm of truth and honor, you'll go down. It's shocking how long Trump lasts, but see, Trump has no conscience at all. Doesn't bother him at all. Where I see these other people doing things and maybe even have a little bother on it, because it will catch up with you. So there's a lot of work being done. There's a lot of stuff happening, but I see Raskin being able to get this going. Okay. Okay, you guys want to know about Ramaswamy, the nothing burger, the one, the Mr. Interruptus, always interrupting. He He got a little boost after that thing, you know, that happened. He's still way down there. Nikki's ahead of him. But, you know, this is a guy that if he could cheat and win, he would. Yeah, right now I think Andre talked about this. Right now he thinks he's all that in a cup of tea. He's got the 9 of Cups, he's got the Sun. And he goes along and he thinks he's a hot tamale, and then it's something, well, and remember I told you I thought it was something from his past comes out to haunt him and he'll have to get over difficult waters. That's what I'm getting on him. Okay. So we did McConnell, we did Burning Man. Oh, is that it? Is that all? I thought I had 3 pages. No? I think that's it, you guys. Well, that was fun. I'm going to be on with Thomas T. Moore. That will be taped. And then I've got a 3 o'clock and I have my prayers with my members. So I shall talk to you later. And I love you all. And Monday there will not be with Mel, but maybe I'll do another one because I have some leftover questions. This is fun. I totally enjoy it and I can't wait to see what happens. Oh, wait, before you go, let's ask the guides, is there anything they want you to know? Kind of like what Sterling does. Is there anything right now, today, September 3rd? They just said calm before the storm. Oh, thank you very much. What storm? Some more physical manifestations on the earth in terms of weather, etc. Earthquake. And you know, they're talking to the whole world. We're not talking to US. Is there anything in the US that you'd like us to know? I see fire again. All of a sudden I see fire. Remember I saw that fire and all these people running? Well, I think that was Johannesburg with that hotel where 73 people died. And they already had nothing, you know, just take their lives. What else do you want me to know? They want you to know they are always with you. All the guides, not just my guides. All the guides are always with you. Breathe and be present, which I tell you guys till I'm blue in the face. There's going to be a lot of this and that, tit for tat. They want you to turn away and don't listen to the noise. And then things are going to start moving forward, where justice will be seen and heard, and it's going to happen, you guys. What the heck is that? It's not my eyeshadow. You can tell. Makeup. I got a little bit too heavy right there. So anyway, boy, you know, I have people write me all the time who are professional. We can do this and that for you. I'm like, don't look at me. I'm not professional. Nothing about me is professional. Okay, you guys. So they want you to breathe and don't get tied up in the nonsense. Probably do like me. Watch me TV. Watch old movies. You know, just get. And 9/11 anniversary is coming up. You know, I always watch like 102 minutes or whatever that one was. The National Geographic has a great series on it. There's 2,000 something pictures at the 9/11 museum, and but I'm trying to find if you guys find it, send me the link, grindle9103@gmail.com, because I'll never forget the face of that man that came to me who died in 9/11. I can see him as clear as day. If I saw his picture in those, because he died in the tower crash, he was a newlywed. So I'd like to be able to pinpoint him. Okay, you guys, I love you all. So what they want you to know is the calm before the storm. So right now we're a little at peace. Okay. Cheers.